Uh, so I'd like to start this off by first of all applauding Chimezi Mitu. Chimezi hadn't played much. Excuse me, he hadn't played much at all in the preseason. Then obviously in the two regular season games, and we kind of threw him out there, and he kept himself ready. I thought he was a big part in our comeback. He gave us the ability to switch 1 through 5, and he brought a lot of energy to the table. He worked around the basket when he needed to, got some easy dump offs because the bigs were stepping up, and his presence was definitely felt tonight. So I applaud him because, you always talk about the game of basketball being a team sport, and your number can be called at any time, and his number was called tonight. And you can see that he's been keeping himself ready mentally and physically. So I want to thank him for that, and hopefully the rest of our guys, especially the ones that aren't playing, understand how important it is to keep yourself ready because your number can be called at any time. So, that's it.
Mike, you guys gave up 89 in the first half. What in the world happened there? And just where are you at with your defense? I know tonight can be one of those nights. It's the Warriors, but overall, where are they at?
And yeah, a lot of respect for all those guys in the Golden State locker room. I mean, they're shoot, most of them those guys, the starting lineup are Hall of Famers, and they've been together for a long time. And frickin' Steve Kerr and his staff do a fantastic job with those guys. And, but the thing that disappointed me the most in that first half defensively is the amount of times we scored and then they scored in transition. That was really bothersome to me. And it happened time after time after time, and our pace getting back was the same. We didn't change it until halftime. And I didn't yell at the guys. I literally went in and said, hey, we're either going to keep getting embarrassed or we're going to at least try to fight. And again, I give the guys that played in the second half a lot of credit because that didn't happen. You didn't see a bucket. And then, it happened, I think, one time early on. Maybe a second time I called a quick timeout. But that was the most disturbing thing that I saw tonight. If you get beat because Steph is hot and Clay is hot, that's one thing. But not allowing them to just take the ball and continue to ram it down our throats in transition, that all that is just an effort thing, getting back, and a communication thing. And I think we've been doing a decent job defensively, but tonight was disappointing, especially with our transition in the first half.
A lot of fouls again for you guys tonight. A couple guys in foul trouble. This is the third game in a row. I think you've mentioned it every game so far. How do you balance making sure that you guys do keep that physicality and don't lose it in the process of picking up these whistles and not get those calls?
Well, I thought in our last game we did a better job of showing our hands. I think the Clippers only shot 22 free throws in the game last night, which is kind of high, but for us it's great. If we keep teams at 20 or less from the free throw line, then I'm going to take it as a win. So first game, we were not good. Second game, I thought we were better. Tonight, we took a step backwards. So I want to continue being physical. I don't want to give up our physicality right now, and not allow them to do what they want to do. So at the end of the day, if we got to take a foul here or there to try to make sure the teams feel us, then we're going to do it. And hopefully, as time goes on, when we are physical with them, our technique will show more so than our hands, because right now we're leading a lot with our hands.
Mike, I believe Domas sat the last 17 plus minutes of this game. Was there, some kind of an injury issue there, or something else that went into that decision?
No, I thought the group that we had out there with Rashawn started off playing well. We started switching, and those guys were were diving to the rim and getting the ball on the backside when our guys were driving and the bigs were stepping up. And so I thought we had a good rhythm. And when we took Rashawn out, I felt it was too early to go back to Domas. So I said, let me throw Mezzi out there because we're switching pick and rolls. Let's see what Mezzi can do for us. And then the reality of it is Mezzi earned the right to stay on the floor. And he almost helped us win a game. So that was my thought process behind it.
As encouraging as some of the results were defensively during the preseason, how discouraging or worrisome is it to see kind of what's happening so far with all these 30-point quarters?
Well, in the preseason, I think we finished number 1 in defensive rating. I told Monty that's not going to happen on the regular season. Having said all that, I do feel like we're going to be a better defensive team. And prior to tonight, I think we were sitting around 18th in the league in that category. So I don't know where we'll end. We for sure won't end up number 1, but I'll be extremely disappointed if by the end of the season, by the time the end of the season gets here, we're 23, 24, 25 or higher. We are more than capable of being an average, if not above average defensive team. And it's my job to put 5 guys out there that can not only defend, but can score the basketball too.
Mike, Keegan played a team high in 39 minutes tonight. Do you think there's just a matter of time before he's in the starting lineup just because of how many minutes he's playing so far?
Yeah, he started in the second half, so there's a chance he can start going forward.
Coach Harrison, 4 points tonight. He just hasn't really looked like himself over the first 3 games. What are you seeing in his play and just kind of what sticks out to you most in his struggles so far?
It'd be a better question for him to answer. I think one of the things that he's not getting enough credit for, I don't know about after tonight's game, but I know prior to tonight's game, he was leading our team in rebounds. And, you get your small forward leading your team in rebounds. I don't know how good that is, but, he deserves some credit for that. I thought last night, I got to go back and watch the tape tonight, but I thought last night the shots that he took were great shots. And maybe 3 or 4 of them kind of went in and seemed like they just bounced out. So I think Harrison's going to be fine. He just got to get his rhythm, and the way I'm kind of playing him could be tough on him as well. Playing him a quick burst, taking him out, playing him another burst, taking him out, playing him another burst, and so that probably is going to take some getting used to for him as well as, and then on top of that, new offense, new coach, and all that other stuff. But Harrison's a worker. He's a pro. He's done it for many years. I'm not too concerned about him.
Last one.
Yeah, Mike, obviously the defense was one story, but do you feel like you're able to take a pretty substantial positive from what you guys did offensively to put up 125 when you shot 25% from 3?
I told our guys from the beginning, we can score. We got shooting. We have playmaking with Foxy and Davion and Sabonis. So I'm not surprised that we're scoring like this, or that we're even shooting a high percentage when we didn't score like this the first couple of nights. So again, it's not surprising, but defensively is where we need to focus our attention a little bit, because if we can get a few stops here and there, we're going to have a chance to win a lot of ball games.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.